Hello everyone, welcome back. Today we're going to look at a single action revolver. We've got a Ruger Vaquero. This is what's considered the old Vaquero, which would have ran from 1993 to 2005. Very beefy revolver. Vaquero was, based off of the old Black Hawk, which was around in, I think, 73 was the first year of the Black Hawk. But they wanted something that was a little bit more traditional in style, to like the old Colts. But Ruger was not one to, to just have a Colt clone. So they made the Vaquero, and it's actually a very nice pistol. There are a couple of options on it that there are some cowboy action shooters that don't really care for some of the options because they're not traditional. But this is actually one of the most widely used single action revolvers in cowboy action shooting, and for good reason, because they're very well made. But like I said, this wasn't the old one. Very beefy all around. Very weighty. This is the 5.5-inch barrel. They came in 7.5 originally, 5.5, and then there was like a 4 and 5/8 or something, I believe. But the new model just kind of slimmed it down a little bit, made it a little bit more to like the Colt single action specifications. Not quite the same, but similar. This does incorporate this color case hardened frame. Although I don't know if you can see it, but you'll have some wearing over time of that case hardening, and that's something that I've read quite a bit on the Vaqueros that has happened. It is what it is. This one was from 1996, so with the first 3 years of its run. But very nice revolver. Let's go around a couple of things. Well, I guess we talked about the frame and the outside dimensions. See that sight picture? That's pretty slim sight picture. I mean, you've got the large front blade and the channel rear sight channel. It's not bad, but it's not great. But it definitely does work. The Vaquero does incorporate, see if you can see it here, a transfer bar. So this is technically safe to load 6 rounds, despite the fact that in cowboy action you load the 5, and traditionally you'd only load that 5 so that you could set the hammer down on an empty chamber. Well, the firing pin's no longer on the hammer, is it? It's internal. That's something a lot of modern revolvers go to now anyway. Not saying it's the best thing in the world, it is. It is the thing. Also, there's no half cock. No half cock. Just the full-on cock there. So, generally you would half cock the pistol, open your loading gate, and you could you could rotate the cylinder just on half cock without the loading gate. Here, there's no half cock. You can't rotate the cylinder until you engage the loading gate. Again, not traditional, but there's nothing wrong with that. But yeah, like I said, you could load the 5 chamber to chamber, and then once you're done, you have your nice little plunger here. Turn it around, so that you can take out your rounds as you were firing. Rotate cylinder, take out a round. Very exciting, right? For all our modern watchers. As far as function, I mean, it really does perform quite well. Trigger is not bad. It's light. Most single action triggers are light, obviously. I think I had a couple of Ubertis that had somewhat lighter triggers. This trigger, I think, is actually pretty good. I don't know if I need a lighter trigger. It's good. I'll tell you what though, holding this thing out over time, constantly, or doing the other way of cocking, this would probably be the preferred method. Because if you were doing duelist, this old boy would get a little heavy after a while. But hey, a lot of people like the old Vaqueros because of that beef. They did that so that it would handle high pressure 45 Colt loads. So, if you're looking for maybe shooting a lot of 45 Colt high, amped up high pressure loads, an old Vaquero might be the best way to go. Although I have heard a lot of people say that it doesn't really matter. I think if I were doing a lot of high pressure shooting, I'd want an old Vaquero. The old Vaqueros, well, I want to say, yeah, the new Vaqueros, at least when they came out, were coming out with like a black plastic checkered grip that were like matching the old Colt grips. But initially they were shipping out with these nice wood grips with the little Ruger emblem. They're very comfortable grips. Very comfortable firearm to hold, to shoot, and it has a lot of good features about it. I'll tell you what, you could buffalo somebody real easy with this thing. If you ran out of rounds, just tamp them on the back of the head, give them a nice little flapjack there. That'd be fun. If you needed to do that sort of thing, definitely have a blunt force object to go at them with. Takedown, pretty easy. You depress this little pin here, and then you would take out the retaining pin. Barrel slides, or excuse me, the barrel, the cylinder would pop out. All very simple design, but something that has worked since 1873 when Colt came out with theirs. Like I said, just a brilliant little pistol, very fun to shoot. Recoil wise, you're going to have a little bit of recoil with them. The 45 Colt is a pretty hefty round. They also chambered these in, 357 Magnum, which is a pretty popular cowboy action round nowadays. 44-40, I believe, and 44 Magnum. So they had different barrel lengths, different chamberings. I don't even know if I mentioned this is the 45 Colt, which coincidentally, there's a 45 Colt right there. I know I've talked about it. I didn't really remember specifying that this is 45 Colt, but yeah, 45 Colt, one of my favorite little rounds. I think this is this is an old PMC. I have some other stuff, but those were just lying conveniently on the bench. I didn't even think about that. So anyway, great little pistol. If you have the chance to get an old model, it's definitely something to get. Just at least to own one. The new models are fine as well, but I do like the old models. Little heftier, but for that, the quality of them, I still think that they're very nice. So anyway, Ruger Vaquero, old model Vaquero from 1996. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate all the subscribers, all the likers, all the commenters. Just ask that you continue to do that for me. Patreon links in the description if you care to contribute to the channel. Not required, of course. But aside from that, y'all, thank you very much for stopping by. Have a great day.